honestly, in last 14 years, I never missed any single month.
Not a single month.
Not a single month.
So what was your first SIP like?
5,000.
If I were a 22-year-old, I might think कि 5,000 रुपए की SIP से क्या तो नहीं.
You're right. So 5,000 rupees के SIP से कुछ नहीं होने वाला. But it gives you that mindset.
What is your corpus today?
5 CR. Out of that, 60% is in mutual funds. That's why the SIP is the best instrument. Many of us, we think that there should be some kick when we are investing. But I'll tell you, that's how we end up losing money. I did that twice.
How much did you lose?
Around 4.5 lakhs. I grew up in a small town in Madhya Pradesh. Did my engineering from Bhopal, MP, and then started my journey in IT. Lived in US and then came back to Pune. Currently, I'm 36. Now, very much settled in Pune. I have a 2-year-old daughter, and wife and my mother. We live together.
What was money meant for you in your childhood or while you were studying? And when did it become a serious thing?
My father was a banker in State Bank of India. He started investing in stock market since 1995 or so. That time, you have to go to broker office to make any transaction, right, for shares. So he used to take me when I was a kid. Though we did not have enough when I was growing up, but I knew that money can generate money. I thought this stock market or mutual fund is the right vehicle. So I started reading about it. And the moment I got my first salary in 2010, I started my SIP from that month itself.
So what was your first SIP like?
So first SIP per month is of 5,000 rupees. After tax, in hand salary was 22,000 per month.
But your salary was 22,000 and you had SIP of 5,000. Being in Mumbai, was that manageable or you were like, what was your standard of living like?
At that time, 2010, the inflation was not that high. So I could easily manage. And I was bachelor, not married, right? Living in sharing accommodation with my friends. So I could easily save 5,000 out of 22.
So it wasn't as if you were deliberately stretching yourself and keeping standards low.
Absolutely. So today also I live very frugal life. So not stretching too much. And that was one of the reason I chose mutual fund. First of every month, those 5,000 getting deducted. So I'm left with, let's say, 17 or 18,000 rupees. And now I have this budget in mind. I have to spend 1 month in this budget.
And how did that SIP increase?
As and when I got the salary hike, I kept increasing this. So from 5,000 to 10,000. And then in US, I did it to 20,000. Honestly, in last 14 years, I never missed any single month.
Not a single month.
Not a single month. Because I always had some emergency fund at my disposal. So never, I had to stop my SIP.
Oh, that's commendable. What is the SIP today you have?
It's somewhere around 2 lakh per month.
What is your corpus today like?
Entire financial corpus for me stands somewhere around 5 CR. Out of that, 60% is in mutual funds.
This 3 crore is your corpus today about in mutual funds, right? How much of that is actually you invested money in?
1.3 CR money I put it.
1.3, and that's across actually it's been 14 years since you've been doing SIP.
Yes, that's right.
Do you actively track what is the return you're getting on mutual fund and stocks?
Entire mutual fund portfolio, if you consider, from then till now is around 20% XIRR.
20%.
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
And secondly, I keep another investing lump sum as and when the opportunity comes. Let's say market is corrected, right, and there is a dip. I put up some additional amount. I did some calculation in past. If I would have not done that, investing in dips, then I would have been sitting around 17%.
That 17 is still stellar, right?
Yeah, 16 to 17.
Now coming to the US part, when we are in US, you are still doing SIP?
Yeah. So this SIP is still going on.
You were in US for 2 years, 4 years?
4 years.
What was the saving contribution in that period?
When I moved to US, that time my salary was around 80,000 US dollars, which comes to around 60 lakhs Indian rupees per annum. But you have the expenses in dollars as well, right?
Yeah.
So
and taxes also, right?
Taxes as well, yeah. So 30% direct taxes. After cutting down the expenses, I would say the net saving, if I come to, was around 1.25 lakhs per month.
Got it. So what was the salary when just before going to US, India?
8 lakh per annum. Yes.
And how much you are saving a month?
So my in-hand salary was in month around 72,000 and I was saving 40,000 per month.
You were able to save about 4x, 4x.
Yeah, because there is a cost arbitrage, the currency arbitrage. Yeah. And also one more thing, I had to prepay the home loan as well. Just before moving to US, I bought that house.
In Pune or?
In Pune. So I had not increased the SIP amount. It was 10,000.
So it all basically went into repaying the home loan.
Yes, absolutely.
So just to basically your US stay finance your home.
You can say that. Yeah.
If you had just stayed it in India and had not bought a home, like theoretically, then you would have had the same corpus today.
I think little differently. Finance is one thing, right? You go to US, there is a cost arbitrage. Could save more money. What more to explore in life that I could figure out when I was in US.
So what are your life goals like today?
First, I shared is I want to completely retire by age of 45 in next 9 years. That's the first goal. Second goal, I call it 50 by 50. I want to make 50 CR at the age of 50, and I have some goals for my daughter for her education and for her higher studies, and then one of the road trip I want to make. And again, I have to buy one house because I want to move to bigger apartment.
And where do you work at currently and what kind of role is it?
It's a US based MNC, and I currently manage a data and AI team there. So, including both CTC and RSU, it reaches somewhere about a crore.
So when you started, your income was 22,000,
Yeah,
which is about 2.5 lakh, I'll say
around
3
three
lakh,
three lakhs. Yeah,
and it is today 1 CR, so it is 33x.
yeah.
Your expense was how much?
So my personal per month expenses were around 12,000 or so. But today, if you ask, right, because I have a family and live here with my daughter, so my current expenses are around 1 lakh per month.
So your expense have grown 10x in 15 years.
Yes.
And you got married, you had daughter, so a
Yeah,
lot of expense increased. And your SIP has grown by.
around 40 times you can say.
You said your monthly expenses are in tunes of 1 lakh
Yeah.
and your corpus of, 5 crore. And generally, people say that you can withdraw 3% of the corpus for rest of your life. Do you think you are financially independent?
Yeah, I heard that too in many places that 3% or 4% you can withdraw. But I think there is a context behind it. The current stage of life I am in, things are not very certain because my daughter will grow up, right? The expenses will increase. My mother is aging. Medical expenses may increase. And another angle I consider is when any country grows rapidly, the way India is growing, the inflation is always on the higher side. We consider 6 to 7% what government says, but in our personal life, we experience more inflation. Education inflation is different. Like food inflation is different. I think my expense are going to increase significantly in for next 10 to 15 years. That's why I don't consider right now I am financially free.
One of the key learning I have is people who achieve financial independence pretty early, they somehow earn high, either through business or through salary. How did you achieve this kind of salary?
Interestingly, one of my college friend, he's very close friend of mine. He got a jump in his salary from 35 lakhs per annum to 75 lakhs within 3 months. So he could get more than 100% hike in his salary. By conditioning, I never imagined that is possible in India. We were okay, 10%, 12% yearly hike, and we were happy with that. Or maybe if got promotion, let's say 20% hike. So that friend of mine really helped me to build some of the skill sets, soft skills as well as technical skills in 3 to 4 months.
Now, okay, I'm just now curious about this 50 by 50. How did you come up with this goal and how do you plan to achieve it?
I was watching one movie. It's a small documentary, 30 minutes documentary on YouTube called One Idiot. It was again all about financial discipline, how a salaried person can achieve these kind of goals like 50 CR. At the face of it, we never imagine, right? If you're not doing any business, just making monthly income, we think 50 CR is too much to achieve. So my first goal is making 20 CR by 45 years of age. If I could achieve that, then it's only generating 16 to 18% to make it to 50 CR by 50.
What is your current priority in life?
My daughter and money, these are the two priority.
When you talk about goals, one of the goals must be your daughter's education, right? How do you save for it? Do you have a separate corpus, SIP?
My grandfather used to work in a local kirana shop, not as a owner, but just as a helper. So that's what I had vivid memories of. So those childhood memories, when I still remember sometime, those are kind of fear. I don't want to go back to that kind of time. So my grandfather and my father went through the kind of struggles I should not go through, and my future generation should not go through that struggle. So when my daughter born, during the first month itself, when I got her birth certificate, I opened her bank account.
Okay.
And 6 months ago, I got her PAN card, and opened the demat account as well. So basically, two instruments I invest for my daughter. One is the Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, which is government-backed instrument, and second is the SIP I do on her behalf.
Where did you open your demat account with, and what was the process like?
So I opened demat account with Zerodha, and process is very simple. You need four things: kid's birth certificate, and then Aadhaar card, PAN card, and the bank account.
Got it.
And then it's an online process. You can complete in not more than 30 minutes.
Oh, great. And in this 5 CR again, what is the breakup like?
So 5 CR financial assets, 60% is in mutual funds, 15% around in direct stocks, and another 15% is in debt, and then remaining around 10% in gold.
Got it. How have you arrived at this asset allocation saying 60% in mutual, 15% in stocks, 15 in debt?
So debt serves two purposes for me. One is the emergency fund, and second purpose debt solves is sitting on some cash, just waiting for market correction. I got a great benefit out of mutual fund where I need not to do any research about the stock, just paying the expense ratio, and somebody fund manager, their team, entire ecosystem is there.
Got
They
it.
did the research, so that's why I prefer majority of portion in mutual fund.
Let's talk about passive income. Like, when did you start? You mentioned you started looking at cash flows seriously in 2020.
No, so this is before COVID. So
Okay.
when I came back from US, since then I started looking cash flow seriously. One thing I knew, uh, I should not be dependent only on salary, because the environment I work, the kind of job I have is a is dependent on a lot of global variables, right? So job security is one part of it. So I wanted to build some passive income alongside.
How did you go about it then?
In 2020, I bought two small shops, uh, commercial shops,
Got it.
and they are paying the rent today.
So this is outside 5 CR corpus, is it?
So I have not included real estate in my 5 CR
Okay.
corpus. This is completely financial assets.
Got it.
Real estate is outside.
What is your total corpus like, including real estate?
So in financial assets, I said it's around 5 CR. The current real estate, which we as a family own, 2 CR.
That includes your home.
Home at my hometown, one in Pune and two shops.
Got it.
So current passive income is around 55,000 per month.
And you mentioned you want to be a full-time investor after that and not trading. Have you also dabbled into trading?
Yeah, I did that twice.
Okay.
So I just took some options, lost entire money in that.
How much did you lose?
So around 4.5 lakhs I
Oh,
lost.
how did you lose? What was that process like of losing money?
Process of losing money, right? This was right after coming back from US in 2018. So that time I got some clarity about my goals, as I mentioned, right? And my salary was not that great, right? When I came back from US, I was earning 20 lakh per month. I thought how to make quick money so that I can generate more income. I took first trade and I lost around 1.2 lakhs. And I thought, okay, it's first time. Let's take another trade, right? So I took another trade and lost around 1.5 lakh or so. And then it's a cycle. I wanted to recover them again. So again, I ended up taking two more trades and lost 2 lakhs again on those. In the process, I took four trades. Lost around 4.5 lakhs. But one thing which is for audience as well, if you do not understand something, don't invest or don't try in it.
I know a friend who earns 50, 60 lakh and it's still not able to save anything. I'm pretty sure you will also have such friends, right? So, have you made choices to keep your standard living, or because of your upbringing, it was very easy always for you to make those choices?
One of my family member, right? The husband and wife both are chartered accountant, but they haven't invested a single penny in the market. So sometimes I wonder how that is possible. Lot of these trades, which for long term trades, this goes back to your upbringing. Whether I had to make choices, yes. For example, I still drive my 7-year-old car, which is the hatchback. 2 years ago, I wanted to not invest. Car is not an investment, so I wanted to, have car worth of 25 lakh rupees. But again, same time, I was planning for my goals, so I just took the emotion out of it, and I'm still driving my 7-year-old vehicle, and just save those 25 lakh rupees. So I had to, I would not say compromise, but, keeping standard low standard of living. So that helped me build this corpus, because freedom is more important for me than the lifestyle. And today, as if you ask me or my family, we are not compromising on any lifestyle, right? So your partner plays a really, really important role in your finance journey, because if you both are in on same page with respect to your financial journey, it makes life easy and hassle free. So my wife is also very frugal. Sometimes she tells me, "Why you're spending this money? There is no use of it." So fortunately, I never had that kind of disagreement. Initially, there were little bit of them, not very much. But now, when she's seeing how that money, how that has
Has
grown up,
panned out.
piled up, right? So now she's all in for that.
15 years back, if you had thought, "Kya, how would I generate 5 crore?" It would have probably seemed impossible, right?
Yep.
How do you build yourself for that long term? How do you build that patience? If I were a 22-year-old, I might think कि 5,000 रुपए की SIP से क्या तो होने वाला
You're right. So 5,000 rupees की SIP से कुछ नहीं होने वाला. But it gives you that mindset. It gives you that discipline, because when you make more, right? When you could save, let's say, lakh rupees a month, then it will your past discipline will
है.
contribute to your long term goals. But coming to your initial question, right? How to build this long term mindset which can sustain for long time. First thing I suggest, don't look at your portfolio on daily basis.
Hmm.
That's why the SIP is the best instrument, as per my opinion, I could see. And just fix the date, first day of every month, right after you got the salary, just shed that money out, right? Secondly, you have to make investing boring. It should not be entertaining. For entertaining, you can keep a separate account, let's say some money, 2 lakh 5 lakh rupees, just trade, have some gain, some loss. But for building real wealth, it cannot be entertaining. And many of us, we think that there should be some kick when we are investing, right? It should be funny. We should
Adrenaline.
yeah, it should be that adrenaline rush should be there, right? But I'll tell you, that's how we end up losing money. I always say that, if you make this process very, very boring, then you're making real wealth.
Thank you for watching and supporting our channel. If you like the stories we tell, here's your chance to be a part of it. If you or anybody you know has an interesting financial journey to share, then please fill the form in the pinned comment below and we'll get in touch with you.